DNA. DNA is a molecule that encodes the genetic instructions used in the development and functioning of all known living organisms and many viruses. DNA is a nucleic acid, deoxyribonucleic acid. Alongside proteins and carbohydrates, nucleic acids compose the three major macromolecules essential for all known forms of life, according to this encyclopedia. Most DNA molecules consist of two biopolymer strands coiled around each other to form a double helix. The two DNA strands are known as polynucleotides since they are composed of similar units called nucleotides. Each nucleotide is composed of a nitrogen-containing nucleobase, either guanine, adenine, thymine, cytosine, as well as monosaccharide sugar called deoxyribose and a phosphate group. The nucleotides are joined to one another in a chain by covalent bonds between the sugar of one nucleotide and the phosphate of the next, resulting in an alternating sugar-phosphate backbone. According to base pairing rules, hydrogen bonds bind the nitrogenous bases of the two separate polynucleotide strands to make double-stranded DNA. DNA is well suited for biological information storage. The DNA backbone is resistant to cleavage, and both strands of the double-stranded structure store the same biological information. Biological information is replicated as the two strands are separated. A significant portion of DNA, more than 98% for humans, is non-coding, meaning that these sections do not serve as patterns for protein sequences. The two strands of DNA run in opposite directions to each other and are therefore anti-parallel. Attached to each sugar is one of four types of nucleobases. It is the sequence of these four nucleobases along the backbone that encodes biological information. Under the genetic code, RNA strands are translated to specify the sequence of amino acids within proteins. These RNA strands are initially created using DNA strands as a template in a process called transcription. Within cells, DNA is organized into long structures called chromosomes. During cell division, these chromosomes are duplicated in the process of DNA replication, providing each cell its own complete set of chromosomes. Eukaryotic organisms, animals, plants, fungi, and protists, store most of their DNA inside the cell nucleus, and some of their DNA is organelle, such as mitochondria or chloroplasts. In contrast, prokaryotes, bacteria and archaea, store their DNA only in the cytoplasm. Within the chromosomes, chromatin proteins such as histones, compact and organized DNA. These compact structures guide the interactions between DNA and other proteins, helping control which parts of the DNA are transcribed. Scientists use DNA as a molecular tool to explore physical laws and theories such as the ergodic theorem and the theory of elasticity. The unique material properties of DNA have made it an attractive molecule for material scientists and engineers interested in micro and nano fabrication. Among notable advances in the field are DNA origami and DNA-based hybrid materials. The obsolete synonym desoxyribonucleic acid may occasionally be encountered, for example, in the pre-1953 genetics. Read about the properties, nucleobase classification, grooves, base pairing, sense and antisense, supercoiling, alternate DNA structures, alternate DNA chemistry, quadruplex structures, branched DNA, chemical modifications, and altered DNA packaging. base modifications and DNA packaging, damage, biological functions, genes and genomes, transcription, translation, replication, extracellular nucleic acids, interactions with proteins, DNA binding proteins, DNA modifying enzymes, nucleases and ligases, topoisomerases and helicases, polymerases, genetic recombination, evolution, uses in technology, genetic engineering, forensics, bioinformatics, DNA nanotechnology, history and anthropology, information storage, history of the DNA. Read all about DNA. 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 DNA.